In today's class, we will be covering three topics. So, first is string functions, and second is arrays, and third is lists. So far we have covered data types, variables, and strings, and we have covered indexing and slicing in case of strings. So now we will be covering the topics first string functions. That in this topic we will be discussing about some built-in methods that are available for us for working with strings. Okay, so now before going to that, I want to show you some how actually Python stores string. So firstly, before going to that, I want to show you something. Okay, so suppose that we have a string, example string, and that's value is equal to welcome. Okay, so if you want to get the second index value, so how can we get? We'll write here example string. So this position is 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. So if we want to get the value at second index, we will write this. Then it will print us L. So I am running this program. So it will give you L. Okay. Suppose that if you want to change this value, okay, so I will write like this example string and then 2 equal to, suppose that if you want to change this L by X, okay, then you can see that what's happening. It's telling that name X is okay. So suppose that I'm changing by this. This is telling that str object does not support item assignment. Okay, it is telling means the meaning is you cannot perform item assignment or index assignment in case of strings. Okay, so you cannot change the value at any index in case of string. So strings does not allow mutation. That's why they are called as immutable objects. Okay, so what are strings? Strings are immutable objects. So you cannot change the value at any index. So suppose that if you want to change this value, you cannot do that. So how can we do that? So before going to that, I want to explain that why Python is not allowing to change the value at any index. Okay. So there is a very good reason behind it. So is this clear everyone? What is the problem? Is it clear to you?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So first suppose that, okay, so before going to that, suppose that we have, okay, so actually this is formatting here. Okay. So this is our string. Okay. So this string has the value ABCD. Okay. And if you want, if you firstly suppose that you are in the value, suppose that firstly we have a string that's value is ABCD. Okay. So we have this string and its value is ABCD. And suppose that if we are changing the value of this as, we are not we are not changing the value at any particular index, just we are changing the value of this variable. So now you can see that this is memory heap. Okay, so memory heap, it means that whenever we create any variable, then they are stored in the memory. Okay, so here we are changing the value of it. Okay, so actually whenever you create a variable and assign its value as a string, so basically whenever you create a string variable, okay, then whatever the value you assign, it's then stored in the memory heap. Okay, and if you reassign the value to this variable, then it will now point to another memory address. Okay, so basically Python creates this object, this string object, and it's do not delete it. Okay, and suppose that if you have changed the value to this is abcd and this is abcdef. Okay, so what will happen? So suppose that if we have created another variable, so here you can see that if you have two strings have the same value, welcome to read my course, then this, if we have created two variables, string 1 is equal to welcome to read my course, string 2 is equal to welcome to read my course, then they both will point to the same memory address. Okay, that's why it is saving the memory. Okay, Python is doing this because they are saving the Python is saying saving the memory. Okay, so these both are pointing to the same memory address. That's why Python is not allowing you to change the value at any particular index. So suppose that now this string 3 is pointed to welcome to read my course. Means the value of this string 3 is welcome to read my course. And now if you change the value of this string 1, then now this this string 1 will point to this memory address. Okay, is this clear everyone? Is this clear everyone, or you have any doubt? Okay, so just think that what's happening here. So suppose that you are creating another variable. So suppose that I am creating a string 4, or copying this. So this is string 4, and if you are assigning the value of this string 4 as welcome to read my welcome to Facebook, then it will point to this memory address again. So because more than one variables are sharing the same memory address, that's why Python is not allowing you to change the value. Means that's why Python is not allowing you to change the value of this string. So so suppose that if you are changing the value of second index, then the effect of it will be, so the value of these three, all these three will be changed. So suppose that they are pointing, this string 4, string 3 and string 1 is pointing to welcome to Facebook. And if string 4 has changed the value of this welcome to Facebook, then the value of these three will be changed. That's why strings are immutable, and it is because Python is saving the memory. Is it clear everyone? So now our purpose is how can we do that? So suppose that if you it is not solving our challenge. So suppose that if you want to change the value at second index, then what can we do? So we have a choice. So now we write change string is equal to, suppose that if you want to change this value. Okay, so this is at second index, then we will write here example string. We will use slicing here, 0 to what, 0 to 2 plus, if you want to change this L by X, then we will write here X and plus value after what, value after this L means COME. We need to append this. Then we will write here this is it, position 0 1 2 3. So 3 this. And now print this change string. Okay, sorry. Now here we have WEXCOME. So now, so if we want to mutate the string, then you need to perform slicing. Okay. So again, if you want to change the value at this position, okay, this O. So if you want to change the value at, suppose that if you want to change the value at 5, 5 index um, by value 2. Okay. Then we will do what? Change string is equal to sample string, and from 0 to we need to go up to 5, then plus we need to write this U. Okay, and then you need to increase the index by 1. Then you will write here sample string and then 6 to end. And now end this sample string. Here it is printing WELCOUE. Okay, so we have changed the value at the index 5. So here you can see that this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. So this M has been replaced by U. Is this clear, everyone? Now we will be moving to the part string functions. Okay, so these are some functions that are available in case of strings. Okay, so there may be more functions, but I am introducing you some basic functions that we can use. And if you want to go too deep into it, then you can read the Python documentation. Okay, so there you can find more than there will be some functions that I have missed because they are rarely used, so that's why I've not included that. So first function is upper. So suppose that if you have a string, and in your string you have some values that are lowercase, and if you want to convert those value to uppercase, then you can do that. So this upper function will convert the string into the uppercase character, to the uppercase. Similarly, lower converts sequences to lowercase. And then find, if you want to find any character, okay, if you want to find any character in the string, then you can use the find function. It will return -1 if your character that you want to find is not present, then it will return -1, and if it is present, then it will return the index of it. Second is replace. So suppose that if you want to replace any character by any different character, then you can do that by replace function. And this is to reverse the sequence. So suppose that if you want to reverse the sequence, then you can use this. Is this clear, everyone? So first we will be learning this upper function. So suppose that first I am creating a file here, function example .py. Okay, and we have an example string equal to atgc, sorry, welcome. And we are doing here, first I am giving you the example of upper method. So example string or result is equal to example string dot upper. It will convert your string into the uppercase. So if you print this result, then you will get welcome in capital. Now you can see that. But it will not change the it will not change this string, okay, because strings are immutable. So it will not change this value, only you will get a copy of this welcome. Okay, so if you print this, print example string, you will have the same value. You can see that here, welcome. Okay, similarly you can use lower method to convert into to convert the string into lowercase. So suppose that if you write here result is equal to example string dot lower and then print result, it will convert into the lowercase. You can see that it is printing welcome in small. Similarly, uh, there is another method title. Okay, so if you want to convert your string into title like, okay, that then it will convert into the title type. So what is title? Basically, title. So first, suppose that if we have example string like this, example string is equal to welcome to read my course. Okay, and if you call this example string dot title, then you can see that what's happening. Sorry, we are not printing it. Now you can see that the output is welcome to read my course. So title will change your string into title like. So first character of every word will be capital. Okay. Next, find method. Okay. Suppose that we have example string is equal to welcome. Okay, and result is equal to example string dot find. Suppose that we want to check that x is present here or not. Now you can call this and you can print the result. If you run this, you will get -1 because this x is not present here. This x is not present in this string. That's why you are getting -1. So now you can see that we have welcome. So C is present here. So suppose that if we pass C here, then you will get the index of C. Here you are getting 3. So C is present at 0, 1, 2, 3 index. That's why it is giving you. Similarly, we have a uh, replace method. Okay, so yes, suppose that if we have example string is equal to, suppose that we have an unwanted character star. By mistake we have added star here and we want to remove this. We will write here result is equal to example string dot replace what, star by what, nothing. If we pass nothing here, then just this star will be removed. And first see the result. So here you can see that the star has been removed. Suppose that if you want to replace this star by has, okay, then now you can see that at the place of star we have has. Similarly, if you want to reverse this thing, now if we have example string is equal to welcome and we will call here result is equal to example string dot -1. Okay, this is stepping. So I told you that if you pass -1, so here we are not, basically it is an example of stepping and we are not passing here the value of start as 0 and the value of stop as nothing. So we are passing here value of start as nothing and stop the value of stop as nothing. So it will it will consider that start from 0 and go up to end. Okay, and you are passing here stepping value -1, then it will consider that go from right to left. Okay, go from right to left, and if you pass positive value, then it will think that go from left to right. Okay, so if you are passing here -1, then it will reverse your string. Okay, we are not printing it. Print this. Okay, so before going to the arrays, first I want to give you the example of this boolean. Okay, so I previously told you that boolean are the values that store the value as true and false. Okay, so in case of conditional statement, we have value either true or false. Okay, so any statement can be either true or it will be false. So boolean values are used to store the result as true and false. So example of it is true and false. So these only two values that these boolean variables can take. So what? Okay, so now you can see that some example of conditional statement. Suppose that if you want to check 2 is equal to 4. Okay, so it will be false. And if you are checking 2 less than 4, then it will give you true. And if you are checking 2 greater than 4, then it will give you false. And this is boolean table. Okay, so the importance of boolean table is, suppose that if we have more than one conditional statement and we want to combine these statements. Okay, so then we can use boolean tables. Okay, so boolean tables tells what? Suppose that we have two conditions. So first, so the condition will be either true or false. So we have two conditions, A and B. So if so, Boolean before reading this Boolean table, we have three operators in Python to handle the Boolean operator. So first is AND, second is OR, and third is NOT. Okay, so first is AND operator, second is OR operator, and third is not operator. Okay, so not operators just convert if the value of Boolean value is true, then it will convert it to false. Just it will reverse. Okay, so if the value is true, then it will reverse it to false, and if the value was false, then it will reverse to true. Okay, so now we will now we will be seeing the A and B. So A and B tells that if both the values are true, then and only then the effective value will be true. Otherwise, it will be false. What I am saying, try to understand that A and B is AND operator, and it tells that only the value of A and B will be true whenever the both conditions are true. Otherwise, it will be false. So you can see that if A and B is false, then it will be false. If any of A or B is false, then the value will be false. And if both will be true, then only then the value will be true. And OR operator tells what? This OR operator tells that if any of the value is true, then the result will be true. Otherwise, it will be false. So what is the meaning of it? And A or B will tell that this OR operators and this OR operator tells that if the both if any of the condition is true, then the result will be true, otherwise it will be false. Okay, so here you can see that the both values are false, then the result is false. And here you can see that this B is true, then the result will be true. This A is true, then the result will be true. And here both the values are true, then definitely the value will be true. And not operator does nothing but it just reverses the value. So if we have the value of A as false, then it will convert it as true, and if the value of A is false, then it will convert it to true. Is this clear, everyone? This and or operator and not operator is clear. Okay, so I am giving you some example of these operators. So first, I'm creating a file here, boolean example. Okay. So suppose that firstly we have A is equal to true. And suppose that we have A is equal to true and B is equal to true. So first we will see the example of not operator. Not operator does what? It just convert the value as, it just reverse the value. Okay, so we are, if we are writing result is equal to not A, and then print the value of result, it will give you false. So the value of A was true, and if you have applied not operator, then the value of it has become false. So suppose that if we are writing here one more not. So first the value will be converted to false and then it will be converted to true again. Similarly, you can write a note again, then your result will be false. Okay. Suppose that if the value of A was false, then if you apply not operator, then the value of A will be so the result will be then true. Okay. So this was the example of not operator, and now we will be moving to the part or operator. Okay, so what or operator does, I told you that if A and B, sorry, if A or B is true, then the result will be, so we can write this like if we can write like this. So or operator tells that if any of A and B is true, then the result will be true. Okay, so this is very simple. So suppose that we are writing here result is equal to A and B. Okay. So the value of A is false. Sorry, we need to write here or. The value of A is false and the value of B is true. So it is telling that if any of A and B is true, then the result will be true. So the value of B is true, then the result will be what? True. So if you print the result, you will get the value is giving you true. So suppose that if you have converted this to this B as false. Okay. Now it is not satisfying our condition of true. So it is telling that if any of A and B is true, so none of A and B is true, then the result will be false. So if you print, so you will get false. And then not, then AND operator. Okay, so AND operator tells that if both A and B are true, then the result will be true, otherwise false. So here you can see that I am copying this. Okay. So if both A and B is, if both A and B are true, then the result will be true. Okay. So if you write like this, result is equal to A and B. So both are false, then the result will be what? Result will be false in this case. Okay, convert this A to true. Again, it is not satisfying our condition of true. It is telling that if both A and B should be true for true. So because this B is false, then the result will be false. Now you can see that we have the value as false, and convert this to true, then the result will be true. Both are true, that's then the result will be true. Is this clear, everyone? Okay. So now we will be moving to the part arrays. So whatever we have learned, whatever we have covered, so that basically that were not arrays. So now we'll be covering to the arrays part. So Python has basically four type of arrays. So first is list. Okay, so list is a collection which is ordered and changeable, allow duplicate members. Okay, so list is what? List is a collection which is ordered. Ordered means the values will be ordered. So the value at any index you can get. Okay, and changeable. Changeable means it will allow mutation. So you can, if you remember, I told you that string are not mutable. Strings are not mutable, but lists are mutable. You can change the value at any particular index. Allowed duplicate it allows duplicate members. So suppose that if you want to store two same values in list, then it is allowed, you can use that. Suppose that the example, this is the example of list. So here this is the syntax. Okay, first you need to write capital bracket, then this the value separated by commas. So suppose that if I am storing the values, so these are string. So first this is Anand, and then this is read my code. So you need to write a comma here. Okay, similarly you can write. So we will cover this list, just I am giving you the example of some list. Second is tuple. So tuple is a collection which is ordered and unchangeable. So what is the difference between this tuple and list is, tuple is collection which is ordered. So list is also a collection which is ordered. List was changeable, but tuple is not changeable. It also allows duplicate members. Okay, so this is how we create tuple. So here we write here we write capital bracket, okay, big bracket, but here we write small brackets. Okay, so this is, so you can see there is only one difference in case of list and tuple. Lists are changeable, means lists are mutable. Tuples are not mutable. So what is the importance of unmutability? You can see that the importance of unmutability is, first is memory, uh, first is Python. So first is it decreases the memory allocation. Okay, so it decreases the runtime memory that your program will take at the runtime. So it decreases the memory. First is unchangeable. So unchangeable means you cannot mutate the tuple value at any particular index. Okay, second thing is, second importance of unmutability is that your values will be safe. Okay, so suppose that I have, so in my organization, okay, suppose that I am storing the Aadhaar card numbers, okay, of my employees. Okay, so suppose that here we have, if we are creating the data type as list, then anyone can change the Aadhaar number. But if we store the Aadhaar number as tuple, then no one can change the value because the tuples are not mutable. So no one can change the value. So that's the importance of tuple. Third is set. Set is a collection which is unordered. Unordered means it will not allow indexing. So data values are unordered. Okay, and it is unindexed. Unindexed means they are both same. Unordered and unindexed means you cannot do indexing here. And the most important thing here is that set does not allow duplicate members. Okay, so suppose that if you have a list, okay, list of student, list of Aadhaar numbers, okay, and suppose that you have some Aadhaar number, more than more than one times, okay. If you want to get the unique Aadhaar number, if you want to get the unique Aadhaar numbers from this list, then you can use set to create a uh, list, or you can create a array that will store uh, only single Aadhaar card numbers. Okay, so it will this set will not allow mutation. Example of this is, if you create a set, you will write like this in curly brackets. And the fourth is dictionary. Dictionary is a collection which is unordered and changeable. So it is unordered. Unordered means dictionary will not allow indexing, and again it is changeable. Changeable means you can mutate dictionary, and here again no duplicate members. No duplicate members in case of dictionaries are different. I will later explain this. Okay. Now we will be starting from list, and we will cover this list of all set and dictionary from next week. Okay.